Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about rice water, and I'm going to be showing you the correct way that you should be using rice water for hair growth. So I have scoured the internet and researched this method so that I can give you the most accurate information that I could find. This method has been inspired by the Yao women of China and has been passed down through generations for thousands of years. And what does this method do? The Yao women say that it helps to keep their hair strong, long, shiny and black. And even really old women in the village do not have any white hairs. So I'm going to get straight into how to make this recipe because that is what you are all here for. So there aren't any exact measurements for rice to water ratio, so what I did is I added half a cup of jasmine rice to the amount of filtered water that fits in the jar that I will be using. You can use any type of rice, however. You can use white, brown, basmati or sticky rice, for example. The Yao women use fresh river water, and since we don't have access to that, or if you do, please use that, I used filtered water. So next you want to wash the rice by firmly rubbing it in between your hands to create friction. And this helps to get all of the good stuff out of the rice. Rice water is rich in protein, vitamins, minerals, micronutrients and antioxidants that promote cell growth, blood flow and help to strengthen the elasticity of your hair and reduce friction. So do this for about 5 to 10 minutes until the water turns cloudy and foggy. So there are many different ways that people make this recipe, however the Yao women actually separate the rice from the water and then they boil the water, so this is what we're going to do. Once you have your water and your rice separated, you can put that rice aside to use later. To mask the sometimes unpleasant scent of fermented rice, we are going to add orange peels to this mixture, which makes it smell really nice. So all you gotta do is then bring this mixture to a boil and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Again, there is no exact recommended time for letting it boil, but I can't imagine it needing to be boiled for more than 10 minutes. So then you want to grab yourself a big jar of some sort. A mason jar will do, however I found this funky one lying around, so that's what I use. So then just transfer the rice water to your jar along with the orange peels. So this is what it should look like when it is finished. Okay, now for the fermentation. You want to store your rice water away in a cupboard somewhere to let it ferment. I let my rice water ferment for exactly a week, and that's how long I would recommend that you leave it for, because I honestly don't think 24 hours is going to make a huge difference to the rice. It needs a bit of time. So the process of fermentation helps to enhance the nutrients in the rice water, and fermenting the water lowers its pH so that it closes the hair's cuticle and matches the hair's pH. Okay, so 1 week later, I then washed my hair in this rice water, and the Yao women washed their hair with their heads upside down over a big basin to activate the inversion method, which is really good for hair growth. So this is me trying to be authentic and washing my head upside down over my sink. And depending on how much hair you have, it might be a good idea to have a big bucket or a basin under your hair to collect the water and reuse it to make sure that you soak your entire head. However, I have very little hair and just pouring the water out of the jar was enough to coat my entire hair. Once your hair is all coated in the rice water, you want to secure your hair up with a clip or however you want to do it. So I kept the rice water in my hair for 15 minutes before washing it out, and that is it. So how long should you be keeping rice water in your hair for? And this is probably the hardest question to answer. There's so many different YouTubers who recommend different times, and that is because the Yao women wash their hair every 3 to 4 days with rice water, and they keep it in from 20 to 30 minutes. But we have to remember that their hair is accustomed to that high amount of protein. It is a part of their culture and something that they practice from a very young age. So it's not damaging to them, but that can be very damaging to us. So if we were to go by their guidelines, that would really damage our hair, which means we need to make our own guidelines when it comes to this. So it really depends on your hair's sensitivity to protein, which you won't really know until you try it a few times. But you can also judge by how fragile your hair might be. My hair, for example, is quite thin, frizzy and brittle, so I have to be very careful. I only left mine in for 10 to 15 minutes. But if you have very thick and strong hair, then maybe you could try leaving yours in for 15 to 20 minutes. And for frequency, every 3 to 4 days is too frequent for us. There are so many videos on YouTube of people completely destroying their hair because they use it too frequently. There's people who are using it every time they wash their hair, and that could be even more frequent than the Yao women. So I would honestly recommend no more than once a month or every 3 weeks for everybody, just to be on the safe side. Rice water has so many vitamins and minerals that it can actually be too strong for our hair, so our hair definitely doesn't need it every couple of days. So yeah, this is my hair one day after using the rice water method. And honestly, this is just my hair. I haven't really noticed the big difference, but it is only the day after. I feel like this is something that you need to be using for a long time to actually see a difference. Your hair is not going to drastically change overnight. So I'm going to continue using this method and maybe give you guys an update after a few months and review my results. So I definitely think it's worth giving a shot. So many people seem to be loving it on the internet. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have tried this or if you are thinking of trying it. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.